Chapter 76 Operation Observation. Dellie, are you sure you can just plop us in and out, just like that? Asked Graham. The last thing he wanted was to be presented like a gift to the infidels. Absolutely, Graham. Portaling like this is, as far as I am concerned, completely predictable, replied Dellie. For once in the last few weeks this was something he was completely on top of. And where do you think we should appear? Asked Bouncer. That is a far better question, Bouncer. For all the possible locations the Earth presents us with, I do think the favorite would be where we last jumped from after returning from the farm, replied Dellie. Right then, say no more. What do we need to do? For starters, just stay very still. If we don't move, there should be absolutely no reason that they see us. We'll be in and out so fast. The plan seemed foolproof and simple. Great, okay then, in the words of the great Jean-Luc Picard, engage, said Graham. As Dellie created the dimension jump, he turned to Graham. Who is Jean-Luc Picard? I'll tell you later. Staying as motionless as they possibly could, Dellie, Graham, and Bouncer slipped between dimensions. Jumping without a farviewer was a far more stealthy process. As a fifth-dimensional being, Dellie could completely control the space between dimensions. Slipping from one to another was silent and seamless. Just as he'd promised Dellie, Graham and Bouncer simply appeared back on Earth number 1 in the abandoned warehouse they had last jumped from. They were still completely unaware of how close they had previously come to the infidels. Looking around, they could at first see nothing of the others. Saying nothing, each of them tracked their eyes around the space, all coming to rest at the same time on something that none had expected. A split second later, Dellie slipped them back to Earth number 371. They were looking straight at us, Dellie, screamed Graham. Yes, they seemed to be, summarized Dellie nonchalantly. Bouncer and Graham had so far filled their time waiting for the jump back to Earth number 371 in idle conversation and not much else. It's only when you have nothing to do for 45 minutes, waiting for something to happen, that you fully realize how long it is. After 5 minutes they were bored. Are you sure there is nothing we can do? Asked Graham. I think it best we sit tight, Graham, replied Bouncer. It's only 45 minutes and I'll be honest with you, I'd rather sit here waiting than where we were. Graham sat and mulled over that concept for a while before replying. Well, yes, of course, that place was well spooky. I was half expecting something to creep up on us at any moment. It's much nicer here. I wouldn't say nicer, Graham, replied Bouncer. But I know what you mean. As the two friends discussed pretty much nothing, they casually glanced around the warehouse. Eventually they both ended up looking, for some universally coincidental reason, at the exact same spot that Dellie, Graham, and Bouncer were in the process of materializing. For no more than a couple of seconds Bouncer and Graham stared at Dellie, Graham, and Bouncer. All five were like rabbits caught in headlamps. Bouncer slowly moved his head to look at Graham at the same time as Graham looked at Bouncer. When their eyes met, they both quickly looked back. In the seconds it had taken Dellie, Graham, and Bouncer had disappeared. Did you see that? Asked Bouncer. What? Asked Graham. The people from the farm that were chasing us, replied Bouncer.